What's my friends? So I decided to dive right into the next film of the Godzilla franchise. So we are going to take a look at the number 27 in the Toho produced Godzilla films, and it is called Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Once again, we have director Masaki Tezuka, who actually co-wrote the screenplay this time. And the story, well, these take place a year after the events of the Godzilla against Mechagozilla. We have Kiyru, who is almost completely repaired, thanks in part to the efforts of maintenance folks like Chujo, who has a special connection to Kiyru, which, he relates more to this robot than he does to people, and he wants to see this robot go out and kick Godzilla's butt again. The Kiyru robot is missing its main weapon. It now has a Tri-Mazer instead of the Absolute Zero weapon, and they are just about ready to go to release this robot onto the land to help defend them against Godzilla. But a wrench is thrown into the works when our favorite twins from Infant Island show up and give a warning to Dr. Shinichi Chujo, yes, a relative of Yoshito Chujo, the maintenance guy, and they tell the Japanese government that if they continue to use the bones of Godzilla in the robot Kiyru, that Mothra is going to have to declare a war against humanity. But if they don't use Kiyru and put the bones back in the ocean, Mothra is going to defend humanity against Godzilla. So while the Japanese government is pondering over this dilemma, Godzilla shows up. They allow Mothra to fight, but that fight doesn't go too well, so Kiyru comes in to try to even the odds, and that doesn't go too well. But on Infant Island, two Mothra larvae show up, and they enter into the fight, and we see how it is an all-out battle to finally remove the Godzilla threat from the world. This was an interesting one in that I enjoyed it more. I liked the way it flowed more than Godzilla against Mechagozilla. And no, it's not just because it's a Mothra film, but, well, maybe it is because we had Mothra in here. I mean, we have Mothra back, we have the twins back, which were missing in Giant Monsters All Out Attack, so it was great to have those characters back in here, and seeing the connection of this film to the original Mothra. Yes, Dr. Shinichi Chujo is played by Hiroshi Kozumi, who was in the original Mothra as a doctor. So I loved that connection. This is kind of a pseudo Mothra sequel of sorts, which was nice to see in the Millennium series. Now we have in here Noburo Kaneko, who plays the young Yoshito Chujo. I loved his character as well. This guy who is kind of the common guy, wanted to be a pilot, he's a maintenance guy, loves this robot, has this kind of odd connection with the robot, which plays makes a play in the plot later on. It was great to see them also take angles of, constraints of budget and people weighing in. Should they actually be investing in defenses, weapons like this, considering how it did not actually kill Godzilla? So they're playing that angle of, people wondering where their tax money is actually going when it comes to the military spending. So they play that angle in here and they work that in here as well. And yeah, we get a pretty decent fight between Mothra and Godzilla, and the new revamped with a brand new arm Kiyru, I will say I enjoyed as well the fights with all of them, and it has a pretty dramatic ending, and I do mean ending with an exclamation point. It surprised me. You could see where they were thinking of maybe just finally ending the Godzilla franchise with the ending of this film, which would have worked for them because I guess the box office had been declining over the last couple of films. So it was fitting. I liked how it played out. And in the end, this part 2 of this storyline, I think, was far better than the part 1. Also, in this one, who got gypped was our character, Akane. We had her in the first one, and in this one, she's in it for like 5 minutes, and then she's like, oh, no, I'm getting shipped off to America to get more training. Really? That's what you do to this character who we stuck through most of the first film, really? So that was a little disappointing, I will say. But other than that, I enjoyed this one a lot more, and I think you will too of these two films. It is the stronger of the two, but still not the strongest of the Millennium series so far. So There you have it, folks. Please let me know what you think of Godzilla Tokyo SOS. Was it good? Was it bad? Do you think it was better than the first part of this story? Love to hear your constructive thoughts on it. Please check out our Patreon if you have not already. I thank you for your support, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.